podcasts that we already discussed the issue on as well. There were just so many issues as well that he could have go ahead and try to get everything solved. The Ray Ross story, he botched that. The Adrian Peterson suspension that came up there, that was the issue there. They're just, as someone who's showed this much power beforehand, look absolutely clueless on what to do as far as how to hand out pretty much penalties and everything like that as far as like disciplines with this issue like that. And Roger Goodell, there's a lot of people that was pretty much upset about the job that he's doing as fans.
He did not Spider-Man.
Exactly.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Thank you.
He didn't own up to it.
And so that to me is the story of the year there. And I want to know how this is going to do with his legacy because as we know, a lot of us like Paul Talabou that he did a pretty good job when he was at the helm.
Yeah, he's suspect.
Better than Goodell.
He was suspect. He was suspect. He let the inmates run the asylum, and then they did get in a lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. Where Goodell had to come in and try to be the sheriff, but now he's kind of backspinning on his stuff because the owners are really running the show. So it's all a big politicking ass thing, but he needs to be more consistent in what he does.
As we got Ray McDonald that's been in the news. We got
too many.
Just too many.
Just too many of them whatsoever.
Yes, I mean.
Ray McDonald, Ray Rice.
Had a farm.
Yeah, exactly. just so many. And in the NFL, just the way that, as one, it is the biggest sport as far as revenue coming in the world. To take a hit like this, as far as the outlook of the NFL, how it looks like to us fans, it's kind of. It just makes us wonder. But I mean, if we still like football, we're going to watch it.
Oh yeah, we're going to watch it.
But it just makes you wonder from the people outside. It's like, oh well, soccer's the bigger sport and football. There's all that arguing there, and everybody like,
soccer is the biggest sport everywhere except here.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go. So.
But honorable mention for story of the year: the soccer team, the U.S. soccer team, with their World Cup run. That was pretty cool. Actually, got the nation behind everything and. To see their little run. But I do have a comeback player of the year.
Who you got?
Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Nice.
You don't even got to say no more.
Yeah, we'll agree. All right, one more, and then we'll go into that. The meme of the year. That's what I want to think. Since you had them,
the meme of the year.
Yeah, the meme of the year. As far as how they did, someone they inserted in. It's like
the meme of the year has to go to when Lance Stevenson blew in LeBron James's ear and all the different things they put him on. They had him blowing out a fire at a house. They had him blowing out the poor kid's birthday candles. That was the one to me, where they just kept moving Lance Stevenson. He blew a hurricane off the mat. That's the one that got me.
What about you, John? You got?
Oh man, any Ray Rice meme, but that's too tasteful to laugh at. It's my absolute serious favorite one. Was any meme that turned Colin Kaepernick into Hulky Hulk? Or Colin Kaepernick into Squidward from SpongeBob? Or any Colin Kaepernick meme? Because every person they put him up against, pretty close.
Okay. How do y'all not mention Tim Howard when he blocks the goals for everybody and had, I forgot how many saves he had.
Because they did the same amount for Howard that they did for
They had Tim Howard.
And they did the same thing with Odell Beckham.
Right. Catching the
But Tim Howard was the one that started.
What about all the Super Bowl memes? Last great run by a slow white Bronco was 94.
Yeah. But Tim Howard, where he's reaching for the meter that's coming against the dinosaur, that was initially his. They started out. I know they did it with Odell Beckham, but I thought the Tim Howard meme
where he was touching Jesus' hand on the 16th chapel.
Right.
But they went there. But that was right up there with the. I thought the Lance Stevenson one was better because they haven't done that no more with anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just been straight him.
That's true.
He blew away a hurricane.
Oh man. Even come to a point now that Kevin Garnett is blowing on people. Yeah, David West, but
he's just trying to catch his breath. That was all that was.
Nice.
Kevin's just so old he was trying to catch his breath. He was like, ooh, and they thought he was blowing.
I mean, anything Chris Bosh meme's been going on for a while, but that's not
they've attached him to every type of dinosaur there is.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on. Any more awards?
No, that's it. Let's go to Kevin's rapid fire scene.
All right, this concludes the award show 2014. Now we move on to the rapid fire. Cue the music. Okay.
I'd like to thank the Academy. Oh.
Kevin, go ahead.
So now we're going with, this is our final one for our football franchise startup kit that we would have. That's what I called it. But this is going to be our last one. And this is a little different because we're picking one of each, not two like we've been doing. You get to pick a quarterback and a head coach to pair him with that you would like to start a franchise with.
You want us to do just quarterback first?
Yeah, we'll do quarterback first, and then we'll go around, and then we'll do coaches after that.
Let our guest go first.
We'll let John go first.
It's very easy. Very easy to know that who I want. The man started it all. My coach, I'm going to get it. Bill Walsh. Coach Bill Walsh, the inventor of the West Coast offense, the inventor of how most offense. Nah, you know what? Better yet. Pains me to admit it comes down to a tie between Walsh and I got to change it. Can't argue with 300 wins. I got to go with Don Shula, and it pains me because I hate the Miami Dolphins. But the man's won wherever he went. He could take his and beat yours and beat his. Don Shula. Oh, that pains me to say. My quarterback?
Well, John's just completely skipping over it. We'll let him go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I forgot we're doing this thing. Yeah, Don Shula. I'm so filed by having to say that.
All right.
Did you throw up in your mouth a little bit?
Yeah, it burns.
Go ahead, Cortez.
All right. I'm going to go a little bit newer. I know y'all can go to old school coaches and everything like that. But since I know I'm going to get a quarterback, I'm going to go with a quarterback coach that has made a successful head coach. Recently, I still think he's got some years ahead of him, too. I'm going with Sean Payton with the New Orleans Saints. I know he's in your division there, John. But I'm going with this guy as far as what he has done with this offense here. As far as I see the rank of their offense here, 1-1-1-1-1-1, 2-2, 1-1-2. So I want to go ahead and start with this guy. Sean Payton is going to be my guy who I build off with. Young guy. He's at 50 years old, so I can go and build a franchise with him and everything like that. So that's who I'm starting off with.
Now I'm going to throw everybody off. And I may come off as a homer for this. But I'm going to take a guy that built a franchise and then went on to somebody else and has had numerous success with both. I'm taking Tom Coughlin to start my franchise.
Solid.
I'm going to take Tom Coughlin. A proven track record in actually starting a franchise. I just want him as my head coach, though. I don't want him as a GM because he kind of clustered things up. But as a head coach, to start off a franchise and everything, I'm going to take Tom Coughlin.
Okay. And your quarterback, John.
I surprised everybody.
Yeah, that was different.
Quarterback, man. There's so many to choose from. So many great quarterbacks over time. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with Tom Brady.
Oh.
For a simple reason. Name one other person on Brady's championship teams on offense that's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Can't think of one either. Tom Brady.
Kurt Smart.
He was on the Super Bowl teams. He went to the Jets.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's true.
No, he went to the Jets.
No, I said that's true. Yeah.
Bill Parcells took him with him. But Tom Brady, just like Don Shula, can take yours and beat his, can take his and beat yours. Tom Brady.
Go ahead, Cortez. We know who you're taking.
All right.
Do we? Do we know who he's taking?
Yeah, we know who he's taking.
I'm going with the GOAT. I'm going with Peyton Manning.
And he's nowhere close to being the GOAT.
I was thinking John Elway.
Nah, I'm going to go with Peyton.
He's going to take Peyton.
You know what's sad?
He's
If
got a
Peyton
heart
Manning
up front.
retires, no matter who he goes in the Hall of Fame with, he won't be considered the greatest, but he'll be considered arguably the greatest quarterback in that press. Because the Colts had Johnny Unitas and Broncos had John Elway.
All right, the reason I go with Peyton, I feel like if I'm gonna go with a head coach, I just go ahead and get it. And I'm just saying that we know Peyton. I know the whole debate where it was Ryan leaving Peyton Manning in the draft, and now hindsight, Peyton is still there. Got one Super Bowl. I mean, I know his playoff record is not the best, but what I'm gonna do is if I'm gonna go with Peyton, Peyton was the one that actually beat him in one of these Super Bowls. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Peyton to go ahead and coach him up.
Beat who in one of the Super Bowls?
They played the Colts.
No, the Colts played the Bears.
No, the Bears, and then they played the Colts and they lost to the Colts. No,
The Colts only won one time. They beat
No,
the Bears.
I know, but I'm saying the Saints beat the Colts because the Colts got back to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that's
So
who
what
they played.
Cortez is saying, she wants the quarterback to start a franchise and not win multiple Super Bowls.
Oh, I got you.
Nah, but what I'm saying, I like that Sean Payton, the coach him. They masterminds come up there. I think it'd be a good core to start with as far as the quarterback and the quarterback coach as a good head coach. Their offense would be real excited to me. So that's why I'm looking from that route. But go ahead.
So I got to pick a quarterback?
Yeah.
It's my turn to pick a quarterback. I am taking the GOAT, Joe Montana. Joe Montana.
Montana.
Greatest tackle since Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. I'm taking Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was not a tackler.
I'm taking Joe.
So you got Joe and you got Coughlin as your duo.
Yep.
And you got John. John's got.
I got Shula and Brady.
Shula and Brady. Now we can go on.
And you got a guy that don't win playoff game, and another guy that don't win. They both got the same amount of Super Bowl rings though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
put them together and you got two.
Give us a list of quarterback and coaches we could have won here. Of course, we could have won with
Johnny
Bill
Unitas.
Belichick, John Unitas.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh.
Bill
Bill
Parcells.
Cowher. Bill Parcells.
Bill Cowher. Vince Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi. Hank Stram.
Tom Landry.
Chuck Noll.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. How about the guy in the trophy?
I already said Vince Lombardi.
Tony Dungy.
Yeah, Tony Dungy.
John
Gruden.
Mike Shanahan.
Yep.
Yeah.
John Gruden would have been a good one.
Sam White.
Yep. Oh, that'd have been a real good one.
Marv Levy.
Yep.
You got some good choices here
As
as coaches.
for quarterbacks, you've got Jim Kelly, John Elway. I'm surprised nobody mentioned Dan Marino.
Well, we want people to win playoff.
Dan Marino, Steve Young.
Steve Young. That would have been
Troy Aikman.
Troy.
I mean, there's so many.
Terry Bradshaw. Roger Staubach.
And Staubach.
Yep.
Lynn Dawson, Bart Starr.
I mean, let's talk some more on quarterbacks a little bit. I feel like with the whole scandal and everything like that, and that with Mike, well, he did it, but Michael Vick, the whole thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all thought something of him because he was up there, one of those quarterbacks that was like pretty darn good until all this come. I mean, I know everybody was like, okay, you can't win with a running quarterback.
Those 2 years that Michael Vick missed were the best thing that ever happened to him. Just like those 2 years Randall Cunningham retired was the best thing that ever happened to him. Because they got older, they got smarter, they realized they had to change their game. If Vick didn't go out those 2 years, he wouldn't be playing today because his career would have been over from injuries.
All right.
Michael Vick is this generation's Randall Cunningham. He was good, but never quite good enough.
Gotcha.
He was just that new wave.
Warren Moon's another quarterback we could have mentioned.
Yeah, and Randall.
Yeah.
Randall.
I wouldn't have went with Randall because just.
But we could have mentioned Warren Moon. We could have mentioned
Kurt Warner.
Yeah. We could have mentioned Steve McNair could bring up a legitimate argument.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody in Jacksonville could stop him during his career.
I know. I hated Steve McNair.
No, so I said during his career. Brett Favre.
Yep, Brett. Yep.
Any of the new age quarterbacks y'all could have went with?
New age quarterbacks, Andrew Luck maybe.
What about?
I wouldn't even go with Andrew Luck.
What about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Luck, Russell. Maybe Carson Palmer.
Maybe Drew Brees.
Oh, Drew Brees, absolutely.
Yeah,
Drew Brees. What about Big Ben?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The later on it's got though, he's become their focal point.
Yeah.
So early in his career he wasn't the focal point, but now
I never thought Pittsburgh would be known as a passing team.
That's the truth. Yeah. That's
I mean, you got Big Ben. Any quarterbacks that put Ben in the league less than 3 years? Any new quarterbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Now, remind you, Luck and Griffin are in that realm. But any other quarterbacks in that area you think could have been